Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling. That can only
Yes,
mean
it
one
can
thing.
only mean one thing when it's that time of the week, and you know the line is open on 0214309881. Ladies and gentlemen, it's this week's edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Anel Potgieter and Zola Mzoliste Figs Nene is in the house. Ladies, how are you guys doing?
Very well, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good right now in front of you.
Baie good. So happy to be here.
Excellent. Listen, we'll be taking your questions, so do give us a call on that line. And then, of course, referring to your questions that you've sent through to us on Facebook and such. Gladys is on the line all the way from Kraaifontein. Good morning, Gladys.
Hello, Gladys.
Good morning. Good morning, Lola.
Oh, lekker. Good to hear you. All right, so what is your culinary conundrum?
I have got a very big problem in making a creamy and not sugary microwave fudge.
Aha.
Okay.
I don't know how long to cook it. I don't know when it's ready to cut. And when using a fudge grill cutter, do I press it right down to the bottom?
Ah.
Or do I just mark the fudge with it?
Okay.
So is that a
Now,
two-part
the
question?
Oh,
Can
wait,
I
so
tell
there's
you
more.
the mixture I'm using? I don't know if it's correct. Maybe you can help me with that. I'm using 1.12 caster sugar. Now, I don't know whether caster sugar or icing. Which one is the best?
Costa, definitely.
Caster, all right.
Caster's always
350
the best.
marge
Sorry?
and 2.5 condensed milk. Because
2.5 kgs.
Yeah, 2.5 tins of condensed milk.
Oh, tins, okay.
Yes.
And how much butter did you say?
350 grams.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
does that sound correct? I'm using a 295 by 420 by 25 millimeter pan. I made it with this recipe, but it's and I cooked it for 22 minutes. But it came absolute mess.
Crystal, I'm sure it came out crystal because your sugar content sounds like really high in relation to everything else. So I'm not sure the measurements or of the recipe if you've changed them in any way, but it's best to sort of multiply a recipe and multiply it through the entire ingredients list. So
Okay.
for something like 1.2 kg, this is just off the top of my head, 1.2 kgs of sugar, I'd use about 3 tins of condensed milk, but then I'd use much more butter than you're using. So you're using very little butter. So if I think about a recipe that I make, 2 cups of sugar, I usually use 125 grams of butter. So you need at least like 500 grams of butter for yours.
And then
500
microwave is the
grams
other
of
thing,
butter.
eh? Microwave is like a difficult thing. You must, I don't know exactly how many minutes in the microwave. It all depends on your recipe and if there's water in, if there's no water. Because you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if you've got, I just think, once again, Google a good microwave recipe at a reputable...
You don't have to Google one. We've got them on
Oh,
our
on
own
the
website.
website.
Expressoshow.com.
Yeah.
But when you're cooking in the microwave, you've got to make sure that you stir it quite
Yeah.
often because the
Yeah.
microwave gets hot very, very quickly and it's not
unevenly
cooking
as well.
cooking evenly. Yeah, so maybe take it out every 2 minutes, give it a good stir, put it back. But I think your recipe is what's throwing you off just because
That's
the sugar
right.
content is really, really high. About the fudge cutter, once your fudge is ready to sort of put into the pan and set, you only cut it once it's set. So I'm not sure if you're talking about marking it before you set it because it'll just sort of disappear. You know, the markings will disappear. So set it first, and to get the perfect setting, you can do the water test.
Yes.
So ice cold water, your microwave fudge just after it comes out of the microwave. So you've done it for 22 minutes, let's say. Take a little teaspoonful, or just a dropful, drop it into some cold water, leave it to chill for like 30 seconds so you don't burn your hands. Then take it out, and it should be set. So it should feel like a ball that you can roll,
Yeah.
and it's not too sticky and it's not sort of falling apart and it doesn't make the water milky.
I tell you what, we're
Soft
gonna
ball
try. We're gonna try and
stage.
put together a simple fudge recipe for you and put it on the website.
Absolutely.
All right?
There's many, and there's
So-
even a microwave one.
Yeah, so do check it out, expressoshow.com. Gladys, thank you so much for that very involved culinary conundrum.
Oh,
we hope
that
that
was
that did enlighten you. We'll be right back with that a little bit later on. Right now, let's get some more advice, parenting advice from Nikki Bush. We're talking about the 10 commandments of how to teach your child to be restaurant ready.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, so after Gladys took us om die draai en oor die berg to find the perfect fudge recipe, I love that question so much.
No, it was fantastic.
It was involved, it was challenging, and that's, you know what, we love it.
Yeah.
We
It's
love
like
it.
Ryan said, she took us into the fudge vortex.
Vortex. Okay, let's get out of that vortex and get into this one here. Trinity on Facebook asked the following question. Hi, Expresso, I've got a question. How do I make no-bake milk tart.
Aha.
Quick and easy.
Okay, so the filling is what I imagine she means will be no bake
Yeah.
because usually the crust you'll have to bake anyway, unless you're going to go sort of way off left of center.
Yes,
Is
that's
that the
cool.
saying?
That's all right. You can go with
cool.
that.
Cool. And you're going to make like a biscuit crumb.
Yeah, biscuit one.
Then you don't have to bake any of it. Okay, so
Okay.
this is how you make a no-bake filling, okay?
Okay.
So this is some an egg rather. You add some caster sugar to that. This is some corn flour and some flour into
Are you
that.
sure?
Yeah. I think. And then a bit of vanilla. And then what I've done here is I've actually, that was flour, this is corn flour. Now I'm sure.
Get a fixie. Yeah.
Okay, so you mix this into a paste, and then while this is mixing, don't make a mess like me, heat together some milk.
Yeah.
And in here, we've got a vanilla pod, and you can have a cinnamon stick in there as well, just to infuse the cinnamon flavor.
This is delicious
Okay,
flavor.
so then you heat that up. Will you
Yes.
hold this bowl for me
Yes,
while
I will
whisk?
stir.
Okay, you'll
And
whisk
then
too.
wait for it. Add it
And
slowly.
then add the milk.
Otherwise,
while
it
whisking.
might curdle and
Absolutely.
you might get scrambled eggs. And
Oh,
we don't
Kat,
want
I'm so
scrambled
impressed
eggs.
with your culinary.
Knowledge. He listens sometimes, hey?
Yeah, he does.
And then once you've done this, you're going to pop this back into, thank you very much,
Yeah.
back into the pot.
Beautiful.
Then you switch from a whisk to a wooden spoon. Okay. Then you're going to stir very gently while the eggs coagulate and the mixture thickens.
I love that word.
And then once it's thick and it coats the back of a spoon, take it off. It will get very, very thick because we've buffered it. So don't worry about the egg scrambling too much because we've got some flour and corn flour, which will sort of protect the whole mixture. Then you're going to add butter to enrich in it. Okay, then you're going to add extra cinnamon, so ground cinnamon, just to up the cinnamon level again. And then you pop it into your baked case or your set case, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So much case.
Not
and
your
then-
suitcase,
And
though.
then just refrigerate
Okay.
the tart, and then it's no bake because you cooked it on the stove.
But so that must first cool down before you put it in the fridge. You can't put like a hot
Absolutely.
tart in the fridge.
Yeah, but you must put it while it's hot into the base.
Base, Okay, yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
it'll be lumpy.
Yeah.
But then
You
it
know
must
what I mean?
cool down
But then
and
leave it
then in the fridge.
There you
What
go.
would happen if you put it in while it was hot?
You lower the temperature in your fridge, so everything else in the fridge will spoil.
And normally there's a bit of water
Ew.
as well on top of the thing. It doesn't like hot stuff. Doesn't like to go in the fridge.
Yeah,
Like really
you-
hot stuff.
You shouldn't do that to your fridge
Yeah.
anyway. You don't want to lower the temperature because the
Yeah.
point of putting stuff in the fridge is so that it stays cold. If you put something
Yeah.
hot in there, you increase the temperature,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
And then things go there. Okay, all right. Well, let's not have things go there.
Nope.
In fact, let's quickly take a break, and then, of course, we'll take more of your questions on 021-430-9881. It's that thing known as the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Zing, zing,
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling. That can only
Yes, it's
mean
that
one
time of the
thing.
week. 021-430-9881. It's the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Sing, sing, sing! Listen, I was thinking about the fact we should invite people at home to sing the Culinary Hotline Bling theme tune, and then we
Yeah.
lace it over the music, and then, I don't know,
It would be
the
amazing.
interesting one we should
Yeah.
try and take on. Anyway, it's just a
You're
thought
the
I had.
musical guy. You
Let
must
us know.
organise
Let us
it.
know. Okay, guys, let's get into the questions while you give us a call. One here that came to ask about, this is, okay, let's forget the name because it's not there, but anyway, wants to know how do you keep blueberries from sinking to the bottom of a cake?
So what I do is I take a bit of the batter's flour and I take about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons out, and then I just mix the blueberries with it.
Okay.
So what it does, it coats the blueberries. So when the blueberries heat up, when you put it back into your batter,
Yeah.
and they go into the oven, the flour on the outside actually absorbs some of the water of the blueberry and it stays in its
Okay.
place. Yes.
Okay.
And it actually stays in its place.
Absolutely.
So then you won't have a soggy bottom thingy.
Yes, nobody likes soggy
Nobody wants
bottoms
soggy bottom.
in baking.
Yes.
Then Garth Xavier says, I want to know how you make your steak tenderized. So how do you make your steak tenderized?
Tenderized.
Clap them up itself.
So yeah, you can use a mallet and clap it if you want, or you can marinate it. So putting acid in
Yeah.
your marinade
Yes.
tenderizes meat naturally. So
Lemon juice.
lemon juice, a splash of vinegar, balsamic is really great with steak, so that's a really great thing to put into a marinade. Yeah.
Well-
Also, the way that you slice your steak after it's cooked helps with the tenderizing while you eat it. So if you cut against the grain, you shorten the fibers.
Yes.
And therefore it eats like it's more tender.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, and if your steak is like really, really tough, there's something even more crazy.
Okay.
They put it in the marinade, but you make small little slivers in your steak. If it's like, and then the marinade penetrates deeper into the fibers of the steak.
You know what we call that in Setswana?
Uh-uh.
Ya monyela. As in,
Na monyela.
it monyels
Yeah.
into, it gets inside
Yes,
the thing.
exactly. It gets inside the steak and breaks up all those fibers.
Break the fibers.
Yeah,
Okay.
na monyela.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Dean Miller says he wants to know the difference between baking powder and baking soda.
Yep, Kat, we've done this before, so I'm gonna leave it all up to you.
Oh,
There it is.
lordy, lordy. It's a book in the back. Okay, baking.
Okay, so this powdery stuff is
That would be baking soda.
that will be bicarb.
Bicarb.
Okay.
Which is also
Baking soda, absolutely.
thank you
so
very much.
in American recipes, they do call it baking soda.
Yes.
So when you see baking soda, they mean bicarbonate of soda.
Bicarbonate of soda.
This is baking powder.
Yes.
Okay, which contains
Baking
bicarb
powder.
in it. Okay. Yeah. That's the difference. So baking powder already has bicarb in it as well as an acid. Therefore, to make it active, you just add liquid. When using bicarb, you still need to add the acid. So tartrazine or tartaric acid or cream of tartar or even lemon juice, as well as a liquid to activate it. They're both raising agents.
hot tartar.
I've got an easy way to remember. It's like bicarb soda is a single. The S is single, so it's a single agent. It still needs them. And bicarbonate powder is poof into the oven.
Is poof into the oven.
Like that, I love
Like
that.
it's finished, poof into the oven.
Yeah. Hey, these things, you must just allow them to monyela
Monyel.
into your brain. Just
Monyela.
monyel in there. All right, we got one more segment to come, so do stay tuned for that. Do give us a call on 021-430-9881 for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we're back again in the kitchen, 021-430-9881. The Culinary Hotline Bling, ting, 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 is here to assist you with your culinary conundrums. A caller all the way from Durban. Is it Stacy? Peggy? Oh, Peggy.
Hello?
Hello, Peggy. How are you, Peggy?
I have a question for Zola.
Yes.
When I make apple pie, once I put the apples in, I par cook the pastry, then put the apple in, and I just want to know how to stop the pastry from going soggy.
Oh,
Once the
soggy
apples in.
bottoms. Hashtag no to soggy bottoms, Peggy.
Yep. Okay, so Peggy, what you do is after you've blind baked your pastry, which you said you already do, brush it with a bit of egg white. Put it back into the oven, so that sort of forms like a barrier. Exactly, a seal
kiss
on
from
your
a rose.
pastry. And before you put the apples in, okay, after you've baked your pastry, make sure you roll out the top of your pastry so it all goes in pretty quickly and into the oven, so it doesn't give the pastry or the apples chance to sort of seep into the pastry unnecessarily. Yeah. But brushing it with egg white will fix your problem.
Okay, super. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
Enjoy that apple pie, Peggy, with no soggy bottom. All right. Kelly, is it specialicious? What? Specialicious.
Specialicious.
Said, how do I make pancakes, please? It might sound like something very easy, but I don't remember the last time I made pancakes. In fact, if you ask me right now, I wouldn't know how to do it.
It's winter time now, guys. You need to know how to make pancakes.
should know.
Okay, so we've got a bit of flour here, a bit of baking powder, and a bit of salt in here.
Can I also add a little spice to your question? Because
Yeah.
the next one is also coupled with it, which talks about how do you make blueberry pancakes.
Okay.
So I guess we can talk about how to make the
Yeah.
blueberry version of it as well.
Yeah. So you just add some egg to some milk. Oops, splash, splash. A bit of water and a bit of oil.
A bit of oil.
And then you just mix this all together. I do it like this. You can do it any way you like. Bring the ingredients together, and then you just bring them together into a very smooth, thin batter.
This is where I get the most anxiety when I'm mixing dry ingredients with wet ingredients. That in between phase when it's not mixed well yet.
Yeah.
Like I was making the chili con carne the other day, and I really did. And then I put in the egg and the milk, which is a cup of milk, but it was a lot of flour and a lot of that coriander powder or ground coriander, which happened to be beef spice in my case. But like I was like, when is it gonna get to the place where it's like all crumbly and beautiful? But finally, it does come together like that.
It does come together.
patient.
And then I always use a non-stick pan when it comes to pancakes. Really, don't
Yeah.
try another pan.
Okay.
A non-stick pan with a little bit of butter, and I put a bit of oil on
Kitchen paper.
kitchen towel and smear it a bit up, and
Absolutely.
then only a ladle, and then you twist your
Swirly
pan.
swirl.
Is that what the
and
pan's
yeah.
for over there?
That is what the pan's for, but since she likes non-stick, we're
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
make
yeah.
her do it.
Guys,
Yeah, yeah.
no. Not everybody has a non-stick pan at home, so Shona Kona
No, I'm not going to do it. I refuse.
Zola, go.
Okay, but okay. Cool.
Can you get a shot of that?
I
This is
want
going to
the
be
first one.
amazing.
I'm just going to do some butter.
And if you want blueberries in it, in this type of pancake, I'm not talking about crumpets. This type of pancake,
Yeah.
what I will do is I will cut them in half or smaller pieces, or even crunch them and then put them in the batter. Then you're gonna get like purple pancakes.
Okay, we've got
Yep.
30 seconds to make the most
Okay,
beautiful
we're not going to make
Come on,
pancake.
guys,
the
let's do
pancake
it.
in 30 seconds.
Do
Here's
it.
another tip when you do pancakes. Pour a lot of batter in so that you can swirl it around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just like that.
Like it, I'm liking it.
Okay, and
Keep
then
it
you
going.
can pour out any excess.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh, yes, you can
Yeah.
pour that back into the
you can pour it back
into
into
the bowl.
the mixture, and you'll have a little lip like where you pour it out, but just cut it off once it cooks. Okay, so this needs to cook for a bit. It's
Okay,
not-
it needs
it's
to
not
cook for a
hot
bit. When it
enough.
starts
Yeah.
bubbling at the
Yeah.
top, is that when you know it's
That's
good?
when you know it's ready to flip over.
Then you spatularize and chapa.
Spatularize, guapa.
Cinnamon sugar.
And
Yum,
oh,
yum, yum.
and then of course a little bit of maybe
Lemon.
chocolate nyana,
Ah,
syrup nyana,
caramel.
and then it just munyels
Munyels.
in there.
Yes.
Deliciousness.
Munyels?
Yeah, munyela.
Munyels.
Thank you very much, Mama. Aw, Mzolisto.
Okay, I can't laugh.
Siyabonga. Thank you so much for all your questions and the calls. We'll be back again next week with the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.